Hi, welcome to Galactic Jamie, where each week I sit down and talk about my two favorite topics, outer space and nail polish. So, if you're interested in either of those topics, go ahead and subscribe to my channel right now so you don't miss any of my videos. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about the dwarf planet Pluto, and I also wanted to show you how to create your own abstract nails. So let's dive right in. Most people my age or older remember learning about the 9 planets in our solar system in school. But back in 2006, a group of scientists sat down and discussed the classification of planets and where Pluto stands as a planet. And let's be real here, when I say discussed, it was probably very heated arguments over the fact of whether Pluto should be a planet or not. I mean, most people, especially scientists, have a very strong opinion on if Pluto is a planet or not. So they were kind of thinking, if we decide that Pluto is still in fact a planet, then does that make Ceres a planet as well? You know, the largest known asteroid in our solar system, is that now a planet? What else would be a planet that we haven't thought of before or that we're now discovering? With that being said, some scientists came up with a proposal that said that there would be 12 planets in our solar system, but it got shot down and scientists decided that Pluto was getting demoted, and now Pluto's a dwarf planet, and we're down to 8 planets in our solar system. So why was Pluto kicked out of the planet club in the first place? Well, to be classified as a planet, you have to meet 3 criteria. So these are the criteria that scientists came up with during this meeting deciding if Pluto is a planet or not. First, it needs to orbit a sun. Second, it needs to have enough mass to attain hydrostatic equilibrium, which basically means it's round, has enough mass to make itself round as it's spinning and the gravity's pulling it in and yada yada scientific stuff. So it has to be round. And third, it has to have cleared its neighborhood in its orbit. Pluto has all these qualifications except the last one. Its mass isn't large enough to clear the neighborhood in its orbit. Pluto still passes through the orbit of Neptune. So based on that, they decided, hey, you know what? Pluto's not going to be a planet anymore. Poor Pluto, it got completely demoted. So honestly, if it sounds a bit confusing and dodgy to you, it's because it is. There is still a ton of contention and heated debates about this classification of planets. There's a lot of people who think this is just nonsensical and we need a better way to classify planets. So I'm really interested to see where this debate is going to lead us. I am really curious to hear what scientists have to say in the future of what this means as we discover new celestial bodies in our solar system and beyond. What is this going to mean for these other bodies we are finding? Are they going to become planets? Are they going to be dwarf planets? Are they going to be something completely different? There's a lot of scientists who want to revisit this topic and have this discussion again and reclassify Pluto again. Because there is a lot of scientists who are like, no, it's still a planet. Come on, how can you say it's not a planet anymore? It's definitely going to be interesting to see where this topic leads and where this discussion leads in the future as we make more discoveries and venture further into our solar system and beyond. So now on to the nail art portion of the video. So I've noticed a trend lately on Instagram and other places of doing line art, abstract line art on your nails. So I wanted to try this trend out and see what I could do and put my own spin on it. So if you'd like to see how to do this line art on your nails, keep watching. I start all of my manicures with a clean, dry nail and some base coat. Today I'm using Orly's Bonder base coat. So this helps the manicure last longer and it makes the nail more even for the nail polish. So now you want to choose the base color for your manicure. I wanted to use the Orly's Spring 2021 line, which is their Day Trippin collection, and I decided on the shade Let the Good Times Roll. I thought this was just a really beautiful cream, and I thought it would be a great base for this nail art today. And depending on the opacity of your base color, you may need to do more than one coat. This color was very thick and opaque for me, so I just did one coat. After you finish with your base color, go ahead and add a layer of top coat. Today I'm using Orly's second dry top coat. This just helps protect the base color when you're doing the art on top, and also it helps it dry quicker. You want your nail to be completely dry before you start doing the nail art. So now for the nail art portion, the first color I chose was Orly's Happy Camper. This is also from the Day Tripping line, and I really love this color. It's really beautiful. And I chose a really tiny dotting tool just to create the lines on my nails. So basically, you just want to draw a line on your nail. You can make it as thick or thin as you want. You could have it go any direction you want to. I tried to leave room for when I go in with the other colors on my nail. Also, as you're doing this, because you're just doing a thin line, it dries pretty quickly. And you don't want to go back over that line too much because it will pull the polish off as you're trying to go back over it. So try to get that first line done as quickly as possible so you're not having to like fix it too much later. I had no method really for drawing the lines. I just drew it however I wanted to. And so that is my first piece of the nail art. Next, I went in with another color from the Day Tripping line. This is the shade Here Comes the Sun. This is such a pretty mustardy yellow. I just thought it would go really well with these colors as well. So now you're going to use the dotting tool again. Obviously you want to clean it after using the first color. So now I'm going in with the dotting tool, and I'm just going to put a second line following the pattern of the first line, just right on the edge of the first line. I personally didn't want to see any of the base color in between the lines, so I wanted them to be touching. So you want to make sure that your first line of polish is pretty dry so that you're not pulling that polish up or blending the two together. And you're just going to do this on all of your nails. It really doesn't matter what side of the first line you want to do it on. I kind of switched it up every nail just to give some variety, but you can do it any way you like. That's the fun part about this manicure, is you can just be completely creative with it and there's no rules. Just do whatever you want, yo. Also, when you're choosing the polish colors for your manicure, you want to make sure they're polishes that are pretty opaque so you're not having to do multiple coats of the lines. Orly's polishes are normally, their creams are normally very opaque, so I've never really had an issue with those. But like I said, when you pick your colors, try to make sure they're more opaque colors so you're not having to go over it more than once. So now I'm going in with my third color. I chose the Can You Dig It color, which is also from the same line. I think all of these colors together just give a really nice, like, cool retro vibe. I just think they look really fantastic together. I absolutely love the colors that Orly chose in this collection, and they just look really cool together. I love it. So now with the third line, you're just going to do the same thing. And if the line somehow goes off of your nail as you're doing it, that's totally fine. But yeah, you're just gonna hug the other line that you did, and that's really it. It's really simple. Also, any of the parts that you get like on your finger or in like the crease of your finger to your nail or in like the cuticle area, you can use a cleanup brush with after and just clean it off. And as you can see with my pinky, the line doesn't fully fit over there, but I think it looks cooler like that where it goes off the nail. I think it gives it a cool vibe. So now, after all of that is dry, I'm going to go in with my top coat again. Like I said, I'm using the Orly second dry top coat for this manicure today. And you need to be careful when you're applying this so you don't smear the colors. You want to make sure that the nail art is pretty much dry before you put on the top coat because you don't want it to smear. So there you have my abstract line art manicure. This manicure was so fun to do. You could do this with any color, any nail polish, and it's just really fun and simple. So that's my abstract nail art book using the Day Trippin collection from Orly. I really love these colors together. I think they're really fun and retro, and it was a lot of fun to do. But you can use so many different colors with this. There's so many possibilities for this type of art on your nails. It's so easy and just fun. I really enjoyed it, and I'd love to know if you tried this at home. Please tag me in your posts. I would love to see what you try to do on your nails. I love seeing people try new things. It's just fun. It's a lot of fun. Doing nails is fun. All of this is fun. You know, let's do it. Show me what you do. Anyways, if you enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my outer space and nail polish videos. Also, I'm really curious, do you think Pluto should still be considered a planet? It's really interesting to hear different people's opinions on what should be a planet and what's not. And Pluto is obviously a very heated topic when it comes to planetary classification, so I'd love to hear your thoughts. Anyways, I hope you all have a stellar week. Bye!